The year is 1795. France is a nation consumed by the fires of revolution. The old order has been violently overthrown, and the fate of the Bourbon dynasty hangs precariously in the balance. At the heart of this turmoil is a young boy, Louis Charles. He is the son of the executed King Louis XVI and the infamous Marie Antoinette. Born into privilege, he became a symbol of a dying era. His very existence posed a threat to the new republic. But his story takes a dark and mysterious turn. It is a tale of disappearance, intrigue, and a mystery that has endured for centuries. What truly happened to the Dauphin? His fate remains one of history's most compelling cold cases. According to the revolutionary government, the story is tragically simple. They claimed the young Louis Charles remained imprisoned in the grim confines of the Temple prison in Paris. Here, the boy they referred to as Citizen Louis Capet, but whom royalists considered King Louis XVII, met his end. The official account states he died at the tender age of 10. The cause of death was attributed to tuberculosis and the harsh conditions of his confinement. The government quickly propagated this narrative. They declared his death a victory for the Republic. It was presented as the final, decisive blow against the monarchy. With the direct male heir gone, the royalist cause was supposedly extinguished. This was the version of events the state wanted everyone to believe. But the official narrative was riddled with inconsistencies. Doubts began to surface almost immediately, fueled by the murky details surrounding the boy's final days and death. The evidence provided by the government was largely circumstantial. It failed to convince many, and whispers of doubt echoed through the streets of Paris and across Europe. These suspicions have persisted for over 2 centuries. The primary suspect in any potential foul play was, and remains, the revolutionary government itself. They had everything to gain from the Dauphin's demise. A living heir was a constant, undeniable threat to their power. He represented a potential rallying point for counter-revolutionaries both inside and outside of France. His survival was a danger they could not ignore. The conditions of his imprisonment were deliberately harsh. He was subjected to cruelty and neglect. These conditions seemed designed to break his spirit and his body. They were intended to ensure he would never be a threat. Witness accounts from those few allowed near him reported seeing the boy abused. They spoke of deliberate neglect. They described a child kept in isolation, deprived of basic care and human contact. This raises a chilling question. Was his death a tragic, albeit predictable, accident resulting from his treatment? Or was it a calculated act of political expediency, perhaps even murder? Adding to the suspicion, an official autopsy was never performed in a manner that satisfied independent observers. The handling of the remains was also highly irregular. The body was reportedly buried hastily and without proper identification procedures. This lack of transparency only deepened the mystery. Why the rush? Why the secrecy? These questions fueled the belief that something was being hidden. The government's actions seemed less like mourning a child and more like disposing of a problem. The official story began to unravel under scrutiny. The boy in the temple was reportedly frail and sickly. Some accounts described him as mentally impaired due to his isolation. Could this truly have been the spirited young prince? Or had the ordeal changed him beyond recognition? The lack of credible, independent witnesses to his final moments is striking. Those who were present were often government appointees. Their testimonies were carefully controlled and disseminated. They served the state's narrative. The official death certificate itself has been questioned. Its authenticity and the circumstances of its creation are debated. The body buried was identified by individuals whose reliability has been challenged. Were they truly identifying the Dauphin? Or were they identifying a substitute? The possibility of a switch began to gain traction. The government had the motive, the opportunity, and the means to ensure the Dauphin would never claim his throne. The evidence, or lack thereof, points a suspicious finger. The official account feels incomplete, rushed, and designed to close the case quickly. It leaves too many questions unanswered. The state's version of events, while convenient for the Republic, fails to fully explain the lingering doubts. It feels less like a historical fact and more like political propaganda. The mystery of the Temple prison death persists because the official explanation is simply not convincing enough. It lacks the weight of definitive proof. For many, the case is far from closed. An alternative theory emerged and gained traction almost immediately after the reported death. Rumors of a secret escape circulated like wildfire. Could the Dauphin have been smuggled out of the Temple prison? The core idea was audacious: the real Dauphin was replaced with a look-alike. This substitute would then die in his place. Meanwhile, the true prince was spirited away to safety. This theory offered hope to royalists and intrigue to everyone else. It suggested a daring plot unfolding behind the prison walls. It painted a picture of courage and loyalty in the face of overwhelming danger. If an escape did occur, it required help from the inside. The list of potential accomplices is numerous and varied. Prime candidates were, of course, royalist sympathizers. They were desperate to preserve the Bourbon line and restore the monarchy. Their motive was clear and powerful. They would risk everything for their prince. Possible agents could have included a loyal servant still attached to the royal family. Someone with access and trust. It might have been a courageous guard, swayed by pity or principle. A person willing to defy the revolutionary regime. Perhaps even a sympathetic revolutionary official, disillusioned with the brutality of the terror. Someone with the authority to facilitate such a complex operation. The possibilities are endless, limited only by imagination and the historical record. Each potential accomplice adds another layer to the conspiracy. Who could be trusted? Who had the means? Who had the courage to attempt such a perilous undertaking? The escape theory relies on a network of individuals working in secret. It suggests a level of organization and daring that seems almost impossible given the circumstances. Yet, the stakes were the highest imaginable. The fate of a dynasty rested on their shoulders. The identity of these potential saviors remains unknown. Their names, if they existed, are lost to history. But the belief in their existence fuels the escape narrative. It offers a more hopeful, albeit unproven, outcome for the young prince. In the decades that followed the revolution, the mystery only deepened. Numerous individuals emerged claiming to be the lost Dauphin. These claimants were often driven by ambition, seeking status or fortune. Others may have been genuinely deluded. These imposters fueled the mystery and muddied the waters considerably. Each new claim required investigation and debunking. From Germany to America, men appeared with elaborate stories of escape and hidden identity. They offered varying degrees of circumstantial evidence. But one by one, each claim has been debunked. Scientific analysis, historical records, and inconsistencies in their stories have exposed them as frauds. The most famous was Karl Wilhelm Naundorf, who maintained his claim for decades. Despite some compelling details, his story ultimately failed to convince historians. These false leads, while distracting, highlight the enduring power of the mystery. They show how desperately people wanted to believe the prince had survived. They are a testament to the uncertainty surrounding the official account. If the death was so clear, why did so many believe he lived? Today, the evidence surrounding the Dauphin's fate remains fragmented and elusive. A lack of definitive proof continues to plague investigators. Conflicting accounts from the period add to the confusion. Who was telling the truth, and who was serving a political agenda? The political motivations of those involved are undeniable. Both the revolutionary government and the royalist factions had reasons to manipulate the narrative. This makes the case of the Vanishing Dauphin a truly compelling historical cold case. It is a puzzle with missing pieces and unreliable witnesses. The central questions persist. Did the Dauphin die in the squalor of the Temple prison, a victim of neglect and disease? Or did he somehow escape the clutches of the revolution? Was he spirited away to live a hidden life under a false name? Or did he perish, his death concealed for political gain? The mystery of Louis Charles serves as a haunting reminder of the era's brutality and intrigue. It is a story of a child caught in the maelstrom of history. The answer remains lost to the mists of time. Despite centuries of research and speculation, no definitive conclusion has been reached. His fate remains one of the great unsolved puzzles. The boy king who never reigned continues to capture the imagination, a ghost of the French Revolution.